Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Over the last several years, downtown has been growing in so many ways. More folks are living downtown. We got more businesses downtown. Downtown's home to Fortune 500 headquarters. More visitors are coming downtown, as evidenced by last week's Big 12 wrestling tournament and the SEC gymnastics tournament coming up later on this month. And so we understand while that's exciting, there's also a need to make sure that downtown is an incredibly safe part of this city. Over the last year, we've certainly put a special emphasis on downtown safety, responding aggressively to some troubling crime trends last year that everybody knows so much about. But what's exciting was how all that stuff came together. It was obviously the folks here at the Tulsa Police Department, partners that we have on the City Council, obviously the Mayor's Office, the Chamber, and all of our downtown stakeholders will really put our heads together to figure out the types of measures we might implement to address those concerns. You all know about the updated youth curfew. The Tulsa Police Department increased their patrols, but we understand we did these things knowing that we needed some longer-term strategies to make sure that downtown and frankly the entire city remain safe. You've heard me say a lot, and it is part of the goals of the mayor and the city council, that Tulsa is the safest big city in the country. And we recognize if that's going to be more than words, it's going to require innovative and long-term solutions. I was fortunate enough to participate this weekend in the Tulsa Police Department's Heroes Gala, where we celebrated the heroism of so many folks in the department and really the department as a whole. And I'm always reminded when we do that, reinforces my belief that we do in fact have the best department in the country. And so I'm very excited with the news that you're going to learn from Chief Larson and you're going to hear more about from Commissioner Roberts and certainly the perspective of the business community on what you're going to hear today about downtown safety. And so to tell you a little bit more about it, I'm going to introduce the 41st Police Chief of the Tulsa Police Department, someone who has spent his career serving the citizens of Tulsa and a great partner as we continue to work to make this the safest big city in the country. Tulsa Police Department Chief Dennis Larson.
Well, first off, I'm honored to have the Mayor, Public Commissioner Laurel Roberts, and Mike Neal here. I'm not as eloquent as the Mayor, but I'll try to get through some notes that I'd like to impart to you about what we're here to do. I'm excited to announce that we're going to open a 4th patrol division in downtown Tulsa. It will open later this year, the end of August, which coincides with our annual shift change for the department. As you know, Tulsa has grown and changed with new businesses and housing developments. People aren't just visiting downtown. More and more, they're choosing to live downtown. There's nearly $2 billion invested in downtown since 2008. More than 3,000 residential new units. It was time to reevaluate the need for a 4th patrol division. Tourism and entertainment is the largest or fastest growing revitalization part of downtown Tulsa, only barely second to the urban development. We're proud of the world-class venues we have: VOK Center, One Oak Field, Performing Arts Center, the newly renovated Arbest Convention Center, Greenwood Rising, and the legendary Cain's Ballroom. For more than a year, we've been meeting with the community members and business owners who told us they wanted more visible public safety presence in downtown. I met numerous times with Tulsa Regional Chamber CEO Mike Neal and past President Bill Knight and many of the Chamber members. The message was always the same: community safety is their priority and the Tulsa Police Department's priority. We hear you. By focusing a police task force last summer, supported by the mayor, city council passing the curfew ordinance, we saw a significant decrease in violent crime in downtown Tulsa. Our department's current structure and divisional boundaries have struggled to keep up with the unique demands and the rapid growth of the popular venues downtown. So we're restructuring our divisions, using the same number of patrol officers to meet the needs of the city. It's been at least 15 years since we've reorganized our divisional boundaries. More than 35 years since we opened a new patrol division. This new division will provide relief department-wide with new beat boundaries for all 4 of our patrol divisions. Although the changes could be made, or still to be made, the 4th Division will encompass the Arts District, the historic Greenwood Business District, Cherry Street, Pearl District, the Gathering Place, 18th and Boston, and 23rd and Jackson. As you can see, the new division will respond to calls both inside and outside the IDL, and it will meet the needs of not only the entertainment areas, but also those areas with high call volume. For now, the 4th Division will be located in this building on the ground floor in the former home of the Family Safety Center. There'll be a major assigned, 2 captains, and sufficient officers to staff all 3 shifts. The impact unit, which has been so successful, will continue to operate in the afternoon and evenings inside the IDL. My many years with this department, I've been fortunate to witness and watch downtown transform from a small town feel to the thriving business district it is now. I want to thank the Mayor and Public Safety Commissioner Laura Roberts for their continued support as we work to make Tulsa the safest city in America. I'm very proud of the men and women of my command staff and the officers who serve every day. Specifically, I want to recognize Deputy Chief Mark Warmershauser and his Operational Bureau Division commanders. They've worked for almost a year to bring this concept to reality and launch this 4th Division. With this, I'd like to pass the mic to our Public Safety Commissioner, who has a few comments.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief. And good afternoon. Thank you to everyone for being here. As Public Safety Commissioner, it is my role to bring different pieces of the public safety system together, whether that's city departments, our public safety teams, or most importantly, our community. We think through practical solutions that make Tulsa the safest city in the country. I think that's a theme you're hearing throughout the day today. Announcements like this, they don't happen in a vacuum. They don't happen in the chief's office alone. It takes a lot of behind the scenes work from our officers, from the command staff, like Chief Larson said, from our crime analysts, and all of our downtown stakeholders. At the end of the day, it takes city leadership to support these things to make them happen. We're fortunate to have a mayor who supports and is committed to public safety and encourages forward-thinking approaches. We've also seen our police department willing to step up, explore new ways to address ever-changing challenges across the city, including downtown. And at the end of the day, our goal is to ensure that our efforts work hand in hand, because it's about all of us putting our heads together to come up with solutions that have real impact and create a downtown that works for everyone. I'm encouraged by the shift in addressing these current community needs and look forward to all the future progress that we're going to see. Now, to share a little bit more about what this means for our business community, it is my pleasure to introduce the CEO of Tulsa Regional Chamber and my friend, Mike Neal.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Commissioner. It's a pleasure to see all your smiling faces today. First, on behalf of the Tulsa Regional Chamber, let me begin by thanking Mayor Monroe Nichols, the members of the Tulsa City Council, Commissioner Laura Roberts, Tulsa Police Chief Dennis Larson, and his great team for their leadership and commitment to this very important step for our community. As the Chief said, we've had lots of discussions over the last couple of years. There are lots of discussions with the mayor since he took office, with the commissioner and others. Downtowns, I kind of affectionately say that I make CEO calls for a living and I travel for a living. But let me just say, as I travel, what I've learned is that downtowns are the front doors to cities. They are where visitors form their first impression and where communities showcase the best that they have to offer. Whether someone is arriving for a convention, attending a sporting event like this past weekend, are visiting Tulsa for the first time, downtown is often the place where they decide what kind of city we are. I've seen that on many occasions as we've hosted PGA golf championships here in Tulsa. People have stayed downtown but attended an event at Southern Hills, and they've always had lots of comments about downtown. Some were favorable and some weren't so favorable. But let me just say that a vibrant downtown is also an economic engine. It drives tourism, it supports small businesses, it fuels job growth, and really helps attract the talent and the investment that growing cities need to compete. Our businesses are constantly trying to attract talent. They're trying to attract talent from across this country and talent from across the globe, and so that's so critical. For Tulsa, as you heard the mayor, the chief, the commissioner all say, I don't want to be too redundant, but I will. Downtown has become one of our greatest assets, a place where people gather, where they celebrate, where they work, and where they experience the energy of this city. A lot of that is due to significant public investments that have been made in our downtown thanks to the confidence of our voters. A lot of it is due to investment that our private sector business members have made in their facilities and in downtown. That's why today's announcement from the Chamber's perspective is so very important. The creation of a 4th Patrol Division with the Tulsa Police Department located in the heart of downtown, in our mind, represents a major step forward in strengthening public safety where it matters the most. A dedicated division will bring more visibility, faster response, and a stronger coordination to the area that serves as Tulsa's civic as well as economic centerpiece. It also reflects a thoughtful and proactive approach to addressing some of the most complex challenges facing downtowns across our country, including homelessness. Public safety and compassion must go hand in hand. And having a stronger, more focused presence downtown will help ensure that both residents and visitors feel safe, while also connecting people with resources and the support that they so deserve. We've discussed this in depth in meetings over this past year. This effort is not happening in isolation, as you heard from our previous speakers. It's a continuation of the hard work and the collaboration we've seen from Mayor Nichols, from the City Council, Commissioner Roberts, Chief Larson, and many community partners, including the Tulsa Regional Chamber. Our chairman last year, Bill Knight, made public safety and housing and homelessness a really critical plank in his platform and spoke regularly to our board and our business members about that. And so we are really thrilled to see the commitment by the city and really excited about the fact that we will come across to the visitors that come here in future years and later this year, that we'll come across as a safe, welcoming community and one that's full of opportunity. Let me say, when we invest in public safety, we invest in economic growth. When we strengthen downtown, we strengthen the entire region. And when we work together, Tulsa proves again and again that we can tackle big challenges and emerge stronger. If we want Tulsa to be a world-class city, safest big city in America, as Mayor Nichols described, I firmly believe that we're on the right path. But that we must continue to invest in the places that define us. And our downtown is one of those places. So it's our gathering place, and it's increasingly a destination for visitors from across the country and around the globe. So let me just say in conclusion, this new patrol division helps ensure that when people enter the front door of our community, they see the best of Tulsa. So thank you, and thank you so much for allowing the Chamber to be part of this coordinated effort with you fine ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take a few questions. The mayor, Public Safety Commissioner Roberts, and myself will glad to answer a few questions, and then we'll all be available for one-on-one. So, okay, Mr. Go ahead.
What's it called?
I'm sorry?
What's it going to be called?
Actually, we pushed out a message earlier today because we wanted our officers to hear from their command staff first, asking them we have a placeholder name in place, but we have asked our officers all the way down to the line officers to say, make your suggestions by the end of the month up to your chain, because we know there's always innovative and young minds out there that are going to think of something we didn't think of up on the third floor. And so we'll name it earlier or a little bit later, but we've got a placeholder mark because we're in the process of rewriting everything to do 4 divisions rather than 3.
Chief, how many square miles is that in red? How does it compare to the other divisions?
8.5 approximately.
Approximately 8.5, sorry, sir. That was one question I did not anticipate. That approximately 8.5 square miles.
How does that compare to the other divisions? Is that roughly the same?
Kevin?
Well, you're welcome to answer Red's question if you want. But I was curious how you can assure Tulsans that they'll get the same kind of coverage with 4 divisions and the same number of officers. Is there any chance that there'll be less coverage, patrol coverage, because you're spreading these officers out more?
No, actually better, and it's really pretty easy. If you think about it, we're doing the work right now. We're responding to every call for service citywide. What we're doing by repositioning a portion of our officers downtown, they're closer to the call that we'll be receiving. Instead of responding from our south side station, our east side, or our north side station, a group of officers will be close to downtown within that 8.5 square mile area, so they'll get to the call quicker. And they'll have more visibility, which gives the citizens a more secure feeling. And we want to impart that Tulsa is one of the safest cities, and it will be the safest city in America.
How many officers will work this division?
I'm sorry?
How many officers will be working in this division?
The exact number of officers still undefined. We will have a major, 2 captains that regularly meet with the business owners and the restaurant bar associations. We've already held preliminary talks within the last month with our restaurant and our bar owners about the upcoming summer months. But having a major and the 2 captains, the lieutenants and the sergeants, it's going to vary somewhere between 40 and 60 officers. We just don't know exactly how many right now, but that's part of finishing out the development.
Usually when you make a change like this, that's as drastic as this, it's because crime trends are up. Is that the case, or is this just more of a matter of this is what people want in our downtown area that is growing?
And crime trends are actually down across the city. It's actually just refocusing our deployment to put officers closer to the calls where they occur. And looking at, you heard me say, it's not just inside the IDL, Cherry Street, the Gathering Place, Greenwood District, or the Tulsa Arts District. Those are all entertainment zones, but also surrounded by neighborhoods where we are encompassing a little bit larger than IDL, that 8.5 square miles, but the officers will be closer to each one of those calls when they come in, rather than responding from one of the further out divisions.
Do you expect to need more money to operate this 4th division? I know you're going to be using the same personnel, but will your budget go up?
I hope not. I hope not. We expect to launch it with the operational visit that the city council and the mayor provide us, as we do every year. We're paying the same number of officers. We're doing the same number. We're responding to the same number of calls. So no, I do not see personnel costs going up.
How much do you see the real-time information center, just the tech that's already downtown, helping that unit with manpower?
Oh, it's crucial. And we've visited with Mike Neal several times about bringing more businesses online and giving us access to their camera systems. We partnered with Quick Trip citywide. The Real-Time Information Center is making policing better nationwide, but we're leading in Tulsa with how we've developed ours. We've had other cities call us and talk to us, like Wichita, about how we put ours together. Broken Arrow's getting ready to open one. We'll have open lines of communication with our suburbs. But no, the Real-Time Information Center will be crucial to seeing what's going on before the officers ever arrive.
Any questions for either?
Yeah, please, pick on the mayor.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Anybody have any questions?
I have one other question. How much of this, for either of you?
Oh, good.
How much of this decision to have
That's
a
more
4th
elegant.
division downtown has to do with addressing the homelessness problem? Or is it broader?
I think it's all the things, right? I mean, Chief did a great job of explaining. The reality is downtown, we have the folks who are here everyday living, which, as Chief pointed out, that number's growing. But on any given night, that number could double, triple, whatever the case may be. And so how you need to deploy resources to address, all those folks is critical. And I got to say, this last summer, we had some of those challenges downtown. I remember the meetings that Chief and I had, and we were like, we got to do something about it. And there was great response then. But I can't credit the Tulsa Police Department enough. Chief, deputy chiefs, everybody's been a part of it by saying, hey, in addition to doing the immediate things that we did in this last year, how do we actually redeploy our resources to make every part of the community safe? And this is a result of that. And so, I listening to some of the questions, I think, you can't, emphasize enough that this part of the city, which is like almost a city within a city, grows exponentially on any given night. And we have, a place where we have so many corporate campuses and everything else. And so I just am really appreciative of, we didn't stop, this department didn't stop with just addressing things in the short term. A long-term solution that required significant change, which takes a lot of courage in finding a budget-neutral way to do it. In a lot of ways, there's not a lot of departments that can do that, but we're fortunate to have one.
All right, and we'll have some chance to go meet with them afterwards.
Cool.
Any questions? Good.
Thank you all.
Thank you.